Everyone, welcome to today's video. On today's video we're going to be making a handkerchief flare. So you would want to note that making the handkerchief flare involves you cutting your skirt part. That's for the skirt part, it involves you cutting it on a flare. That means you'd fold your material the way you'd fold your flare for a 360-degree flare. Depending on how thick or how full you want your handkerchief flare to be, you can fold it for 360, 720, 1144, I think, flare. So but for the sake of this tutorial, we're going to be doing a 360-degree flare. So what measurements will you be needing? Because since this is like for a skirt tutorial, you'll be needing your waist, and then you'd be needing the length. So for your waist for your waist measurement, you take round the waist. That's basically round the waist plus your zip allowance in the back if there's going to be a zip, divided by 6.28 inches. Well, 6.28, that's the value of pi, 2 pi, right? 2 pi r, right? I think that's what it's called. So if you're doing like a half flare, if you're doing a 180-degree flare, you're going to be dividing your round waist measurement plus your zip divided by 3.14. But since it is a full flare, you're going to be dividing it by 6.28. So let's do this calculation together. Let's assume the person's waist is 28 plus your zip allowance at the back, that's 1 inch on both sides. That will be 2 inches. That will be 30 inches, right? So to get your radius, your waist radius, to get your waist radius will be this 30 inches divided by 6.28. So that's 30 divided by 6.28. The answer is 4.77, approximately 4.8 if you can measure that on your tape. But it is approximately 4.8, right? Because it's higher and you're rounding it up. So what you'll want to do is, okay, and then let's say the length of the dress or the length of the skirt is 20 inches. Okay, so to determine the full length of how many inches of fabric you're going to fold, you would add this length, the length of the skirt, plus the radius to get the full length of the material you're going to fold. So that's going to be 20 inches plus 4.7, 4.8, which we approximated, which will give 24.8. So you're going to be folding your fabric. You're going to measure 24 inches. Say for instance, this is your material, right? This is like the full yardage of the material. You will measure 24 inches. I'm using the centimeters part because this one is shorter. With 24 inches is way longer. So you will now measure 24 inches, right? Then you fold from that mark. Assuming that this paper is going to be more, you will fold from that mark and then you will fold again. Let me bring a small fabric which I'm going to be using for the sake of this demonstration. So I've gotten a little piece of fabric for illustration. So this fabric, if I open it up, it is a big square, right? So what you're going to do is to fold your fabric into 4. So you fold it the first and then you fold it just like you would fold your 360-degree flare. So you'd have an open part which is still folded, right? So let's use this way. So the length of this fabric is 10.5 inches by 10.5 inches. Say for instance we had calculated our waist and everything, and we found out that what we'll be needing would be 10.5 inches, right? You will fold on that 10.5 inches mark. So say for instance this is the opened up full material, and this is like the salvage part of it, like this side. Okay, so you will measure your 10.5 inches. Where you get your 10.5 inch mark, right, you fold it there. So even if there's an extra here, you will fold it down to this point where your 10.5 inches stops. Then you will now come and measure at this side 10.5 inches. You know, we want this thing to be straight, so you will now measure your 10.5 inches, and when you get there you fold it in. So basically you're folding in a square which is 10.5 by 10.5 by 10.5. Do you get? Do you understand? Hope you understand what I mean. I am causing a break in transmission to ask you one question. Why haven't you subscribed to this channel? Why? What's stopping you? If you have, thank you. I see what you're doing and I am very appreciative of you. Thank you very much. If you haven't, please do. I beg you, come close. I need to tell you one small secret. Stay small. It's free. Subscription is free. Liking it is free. I mean, if you're getting value from this, please just like share. It will cost you like 2 seconds of your time. Please just do that for your girl. If you have any suggestion, any video suggestion you want me to do, anything at all, just let me know in the comment section and I'll be sure to attend to it. Thank you very much, and I'll allow you to continue watching your video. So this is 10.5 and this is 10.5. So once you get these two edges, this is the open side. Once you get this edge and this edge as 10.5 and you trim out this other side, it will invariably be an equal square. So that's what you want to do. You want to get a square. So let's assume that we have calculated the radius of this skirt, and we are going to, and the radius is 2 centimeters. I'm using the centimeters mark. The radius is 2 centimeters. So what you want to do is to mark your 2 centimeters round from this, the apex. All right, see where this side is folded, right? This is the apex of the skirt. That's the folded part. You will not come to this open edge to measure. You will measure from this closed edge. So you will measure 2 centimeters round. Okay, so you measure 2 centimeters round, and then you cut it out. This side then becomes the waist. Okay, so this side that you have cut out is the waist part. Then you want to open it up. When you open it up, this is how it's going to look. Once you get this, right, you then determine where you want your front or your back piece to be. Do you want your front to be this short part, or do you want it to be this apex, like this long part? So in my own case, I think I want this short part to be my front. So by the time you open it up, okay, this is how it will look. So this will be the front part. I don't know if you can see it. Point now, as it is opened up like this, you can decide that you want it to be in such a way that this opposing sides will come together like this, right? You can bring it together like this, and then this side will be your front, and then this side will be your back. Anyhow you want to do it. Then there'll be the two pointy sides will be at the side and in front. You can decide to do it like that, or you can just stick to the normal way you might want it. You can still do it this way, with this side being the front and the other side being the back. At the end of the day, it's going to be somewhat like this. So you would have the pointy side by the side in front and by the side behind, by the side in front and behind. Then this side, like, once you just cut it out and be creative, just do you at this point. It depends on how you want it. There's no particular rule on how it must follow. As far as you like the way it turns out, that's all that matters. Okay, so this is the basic way to cut a handkerchief flare. So thank you for watching this tutorial. Please don't forget to like, share,
and subscribe, and I'll see you in my next video.